Okay, so the first one, être, means to be. When you want to, talk about yourself, your gender, your qualities.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Salut à tous. Comment allez-vous? I hope you're doing well today. Today we're going to learn auxiliary verbs. Les verbes auxiliaires. What are auxiliary verbs? They are helping verbs. These are verbs that are usually used in basic sentences, in frequently used sentences. The two auxiliary verbs that we have in French are être and avoir. Être means to be, avoir means to have. Sometimes avoir is used as to be. Avoir, which means to have, sometimes means to be in some sentences. We're going to be seeing some of these sentences, how to, say some things in French using être and avoir. And we're also going to see those exceptions. That is sentences or statements you have to make and use avoir to mean être, that is to mean to be. We're going to see some of these sentences right now. But before we go into seeing some sentences in French using être and avoir, we want to conjugate these two verbs. Conjugating them means attributing the correct verb form for each subject pronoun, for each subject personal pronoun. So what are the subject personal pronouns? Je, tu, il, elle, nous, vous, il, elle. I'll take them again. Je, tu, il, elle, nous, vous, il, elle. So, these subject personal pronouns, when you conjugate a verb, you're simply attributing the correct verb form to these pronouns. So for être, which means to be, the conjugated form is je suis, tu es, il est, elle est, nous sommes, vous êtes, ils sont, elles sont. Okay, so and for avoir, avoir is j'ai, tu as, il a, elle a, nous avons, vous avez, ils ont, elles ont. So now we're going to see some sentences, and these sentences would be with je, I, the first person pronoun. So take for example using être when you want to talk about your identity. For example, I am a girl, je suis une fille. I am a woman, je suis une femme. I am a man, je suis un homme. I am a boy, je suis un garçon. Also, when you want to talk about your profession, votre métier, you use être. For example, I am a teacher, je suis professeur. I am a student, je suis étudiant. I am a doctor, je suis médecin. Or you can say je suis docteur. I am a lawyer, je suis avocat. From these sentences I gave, you would notice that A is missing, the article A, I am a boy. A is missing in the verb, in the French form of the sentence. For example, where you say I am a student, the French would not say je suis un étudiant. No. Un will be taken away. So what you have is je suis étudiant. That is what applies for all the professions, tous les métiers. Okay, you don't use the indefinite article a. All right, again we have when you want to also give attributes, qualities, characters using adjectives, you use être. So you would say I am beautiful, je suis belle. I am handsome, je suis beau. I am ugly, je suis laid. I am strong, je suis fort. Alright, So the female one is je suis forte. In our subsequent videos, we'll be seeing how to say things in past tense using être and avoir. So next we have avoir. Now we want to make some sentences using avoir. Like for example, you want to say I have money. You'd say j'ai l'argent. J'ai l'argent. You want to say I have a baby. J'ai un bébé. J'ai un bébé. I have a pen. J'ai un stylo. I have a book. J'ai un cahier. I have a textbook. J'ai un livre. I have a beautiful sister. J'ai une belle sœur. J'ai une belle sœur. I have a box of chocolate like I do here. You'd say j'ai une boîte de chocolat. J'ai une boîte de chocolat. Okay, so you also have, you can say like things you have, like clothing you have, like j'ai une jupe. I have a skirt. J'ai une jupe. And you can say j'ai une robe. I have a gown. I have a dress. Or j'ai des lunettes. There are exceptions where avoir would be used as to be, to mean to be in English. So the exceptions where avoir means to be in English are in sentences talking about emotions or feelings, or how you feel in terms of your body temperature, your emotions, your feelings all together. For example, you want to say I am afraid. In French, you would say j'ai peur. J'ai peur. Peur is a noun, but in English, afraid is an adjective. So the French would use j'ai plus the noun form of that thing you're talking about. So you want to say I am cold. You'd say j'ai froid. J'ai froid. It's like saying I have cold, but it's actually I am cold. Like if the weather is cold and you're feeling cold, you say j'ai froid. If you're hot, where the sun is very hot, and when the weather is very hot and you're feeling very hot, so you say j'ai chaud. J'ai chaud. J'ai froid, I am cold. J'ai chaud, I am hot. I am hot. So also if you want to say, talk about like other feelings like hunger and thirst, I am hungry is j'ai faim. I am thirsty means j'ai soif. J'ai faim, I'm hungry. J'ai soif, I'm thirsty. So you also want to say I am wrong. J'ai tort. J'ai tort. Then I am sleepy or I'm dizzy. I am sleepy is j'ai sommeil. I am sleepy, j'ai sommeil. I am dizzy, j'ai vertige. Also, you want to say I am ashamed. You'd say j'ai honte. J'ai honte. Okay. Another exception where instead of saying être, I am, je suis, you would say j'ai. Instead of saying je suis, you'd say j'ai is when you're talking about your age. If you want to say I am 20 years old, you would say j'ai 20 ans. So these are the exceptions when you're using avoir. Alright, so we have come to the end of today's class, today's lesson, where we learned auxiliary verbs, the helping verbs in French, être and avoir. We saw how they are conjugated, we saw how they are used, and we also saw some examples and exceptions. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe if you are not yet subscribed to our channel. If you liked the channel, please give it a thumbs up, and also share with your friends who are Francophiles, that is French lovers, or who are learning French as maybe a academic endeavor or just a personal language improvement skill. So see you next time in our next video. Till then, ciao.